So some breaking news about Kim Davis, and this has been reported in Think Progress. They said the U.S. District Judge David Bunning had issued an order today releasing Rowan County's clerk, Kim Davis, from her jail cell in Kentucky. Now, while she was in there, it's because she was being held for contempt for denying Bunning's order requiring her to actually do her fucking job and issue marriage certificates. Now, remember, for those of you who are like, oh, well, you know, we don't believe in gay marriage or anything like that, so we don't think she should be able to sign for gay marriage certificates. Well, it's not just that. She wasn't signing any marriage certificate. She wasn't doing her job whatsoever since the Supreme Court interpreted the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, to expand protection and marriage rights to everyone. Now, I have to kind of point that out, as a lot of people, Kim Davis supporters, including Mike Huckabee, tend to think, or for some reason seem to think, that the Supreme Court created some new law out of thin air. No, they didn't create a new law out of thin air. It was actually interpreting the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law, to everybody. You know, equal protection under the law for everyone. It's not a hard concept when you think about it. Nonetheless, that's why she was in jail, and now she has actually been released. Now, there are some conditions to this, and I'm going to get into this. During proceedings on Thursday, I think Progress writes, Davis was offered to avoid jail if she allowed her deputies to issue the marriage licenses. Now, she refused, and on Friday they began issuing them. The release order requires that Davis shall not interfere in any way, directly or indirectly, with the efforts of her deputy clerks to issue marriage licenses to all legally eligible couples. If she refuses, as she seemed to promise to do last week, she would once again be held in contempt. Now, here's the surprise. She's already said, yeah, you know what? I'm still going to interfere. Oh, great. So basically, we're going to be back at it again. Now, she hasn't interfered yet. But, based on what she's been saying, going to try again. She really is playing that martyr card. She really wants to be this Christian martyr. It's insanity. Now, more conditions. The lawyers for the deputies issuing licenses were also ordered to file a status report every 2 weeks to confirm their compliance with the order. They are forbidden from following Davis's no marriage licenses policy should she try to enforce it again. Now, here's some points on this that I want to address. First of all, I'm actually kind of glad that she's not in jail anymore. And it's obvious that's not because I'm a Kim Davis supporter. No, it's because I'm against wasting taxpayer money on stupid people. Keeping her in jail is kind of expensive. What they should do is get rid of her, impeach her. They can't fire her since she's an elected official, but they sure can start the impeachment process. Now, if you're not going to do it on, if you actually support her and wanted to stay there for moral grounds, if you're a fiscal conservative, however, you might say, well, look, I agree with her in principle, but she's wasting our money by going and sitting in jail. That doesn't make much sense. She can go and protest like everybody else. And she has full rights to do that. And I support her right to go out and protest same-sex marriage. She just can't stop people from actually getting them. That's our problem. And the other reason I'm glad she's out is that it kind of puts a damper in her attempt to continue being a Christian martyr. Huckabee and Ted Cruz were supposed to go visit her today. And then she got released. Ha ha. That's all I have to say on that one. As for the conditions, I think they're incredibly fair. Especially if she gets out of the way and lets her deputies grant marriage licenses. Yeah, then she's not in contempt. It makes sense. Now, as I've said before, she has indicated that she's not going to do this, starting this whole process over. The only way that this is going to be solved is if she either gives up and does her job, or she gets removed and impeached. In which I'm assuming there's probably a job on Huckabee's staff afterwards. We'll see how this plays out. It's going to be a very, very fun next few days.